What up, Fantastics? Welcome to another Fantastic live show. I'm your favorite Finnish guy, Aleksi, on YouTube, and we have another Sunday live stream to wrap up this video, not this week, like a boss. Alright, we have already some people in the chat, and if you are just tuning in, let me know in the chat box where are you watching this stream or if you're watching the replay. We have already people from China. Shockmaster is also here. Kabodina is from South Africa. That's pretty cool. Alberto Roque, how do you pronounce it? Xöden and Saeka is also here. And Mamad also joining in. Good stuff. And just so what's been up lately? I just remembered that Finland actually played football in the Euro qualifiers yesterday, and they lost. They lost to, I think it was Bosnia-Herzegovina, 4-1. Not good. But luckily, Armenia also had like a 1-1 score, so Finland still has a good chance to make it to the Euro Cup, and that's like the fantastic info. Mikä se on tietoisku? Like a info thingy for tonight. Stefan is also, hey Alex, what's good? Fantastic Sunday is the plan. Exactly, that's the plan also here. Hello from Germany, sehr gut. Greetings from Lithuania again. Okay, great. And because I've been a little bit busy / lazy / occupied / insert adjective here, I thought today we can just have like this kind of relaxed chat. Last week we talked about Finland being the happiest country in the world. But today, well, I haven't prepared a topic yet, but I mean, we can create it on the go because we are like we are resourceful people, I guess, so. Infomercial. Okay, that was the word I was getting. So, but the thing is that, as always, if you have any comments, questions, wishes, fantasies, you name it, about Finland, I'm here to help you guys out with the stuff. And so if you have any questions about Finnish culture, lifestyle, and language, because that's all about this channel, I'm here. I'm your guy to help you out with this one. Watching live and color from Vantaa, currently eating pizza at my desk. Replies will be patchy until it's finished. Lol. Okay, no problem. As long as they are intelligible, we're fine. Romy Hell says, Moro Alexi, Romy from Argentina. Finally I can catch one of the live streamings. Awesome, welcome to the show. Moikka, olen Kristina Budapestista. Wow, that's pretty good. I've been to Budapest once, 2014, something like that. It's been like a decade, half a decade. The Dating Beyond Borders video was funny. How was the filming? Okay, yeah, so if you're following me on Facebook and, well, basically any media, because I think I mentioned everywhere, I was in Portugal and we filmed 3 videos with Dating Beyond Borders, and first of them was published, I think, yesterday. And I think you should go watch it. It's like the video is about like what Nordic people think about each other, and that's pretty good. So I think I could edit the video to the description if I can edit it on the go. But if you just go, I can write it in the comments. Dating Beyond Borders. It's a pretty good channel. It's like about international dating, and also Nordics were introduced in this one. The filming was pretty great. We filmed 3 videos and everything was quite well organized. I also met a number of cool people there. The good thing is that I don't have to edit anything. Well, it's not gonna be on my channel anyways, but I mean, because one of the annoying things, which I'm going to definitely outsource at some point, if this YouTube thing starts to get off at some point, I'm going to outsource the editing to someone, because I mean, it's kind of fun and it's kind of okay, but it's not really something I kind of enjoy in this process. So that's definitely something I'm going to basically outsource to someone. But for now, I still have to make my own videos and stuff. Hi from the UK. Greetings from Turkey. Merhabalar. Nasılsın. That's pretty good. Hello from the East Coast in the US. Alright. Hello from the US and moikka kaikille. Okay. Great. Okay, so now we have to generate the topic. Because like I said, I haven't prepared anything. I'm sorry guys, I'm being busy / lazy. My bad. But it's fine. because sometimes what I've noticed, if you just don't prepare anything, something kind of cool can happen. So we'll see. We end up talking about dating after all. Like I think that's usually what happens, because if we don't have a topic at all, someone asks about dating, and then I get carried away with the topic and carried out with the topic. But I mean, dating is an interesting topic, and I mean, it's not that I don't like about it. It's quite the contrary. Okay, Kabonina Masanabo. That sounds a little bit Japanese. I'm coming to Finland for exchange next year. That's pretty amazing. Exchange studies in Finland will be the best time of your life, I can assure it. And I'm super excited. I think I'll be the only African person in my host city, Liedon. How can I make friends in Finnish high school? Ah, it's a high school exchange. Okay. So no, it's not a university exchange. Okay, that's a bit different. But I think it's still gonna be pretty amazing. I think you won't be having any problems. I mean, especially with younger generation, we, like, younger people tend to grow up in a more international environment. For example, okay, I can give a good example from my perspective, because when I was a kid, all the TV shows, video games, and these things were always in English. Nothing was really dubbed, especially except like cartoons, like Pokemon or Digimon, these kind of things. But I think the young people of today, like today's people, especially in Finland, are more and more open-minded towards internationality. So I'm quite sure you will find some friends, because in every school there are these few people who are like open and international-minded. For example, I'm one of those. I can speak for myself. But I'm quite sure it will be a lot of fun, and you will be definitely finding some friends. Yeah, here's a question about Finnish dudes. Okay, let's wait about the question then. Hi from Morocco, I mean from Finland. So happy I'm here finally. That's pretty amazing. So we just started, so that's fine. Hey, sorry I'm late. Well, we just started like 10 minutes ago, so you are just in time to catch up with the show. Guy from work in the Finnish office. If I talk to him, we end up talking for hours. He keeps answering and continues the conversation. Okay, you found a talkative Finn. That's like a rare Pokemon, you know, in Pokemon games. All right. I said I leave him alone if I disturb him. He said I don't, but he just never starts a convo. What's up with that? Ah, okay. I said. I mean, I think that's typical Finnish kind of behavior, you know, like we Finns don't really engage into conversation, but once someone starts to talk with us, like we are kind of we feel really cool that someone is actually willing to listen and to talk to us. But I mean, okay, I'm not sure if this is like if you're interested him in a romantical meaning, I don't know, but it sounds just like he's a type of person who doesn't really start conversation, or he doesn't really have any special reason come to talk to you. I don't know. Maybe if it's just like a professional relationship, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But very difficult to say. I mean, if you can how to tone down or detail down on your question, like what do you want to know more about this? There can be a number of reasons. Maybe he's just not the type of person who goes to talk to people. Maybe he's just shy. Maybe he likes you. I don't know. But he's not just... he doesn't have the courage to do that. I don't know. Or like Saika says, maybe he just doesn't know how to start conversations with you. That could be also one of the reasons. So maybe he is not maybe the most socially savvy person, which is something I can definitely expect about Finnish guys especially. Maybe that helps. That question was, or the answer was kind of like all over the place, but I hope it helps. Alex, now that I moved to Finland, I've been wondering how can you do sports in the winter? Like what kind of sports? Because you can actually do more sports in the winter than in the summer. For example, ice hockey, cross-country skiing, ice swimming, and then all the indoor sports, like if you want to go to the gym or you want to hit the swimming pool. maybe some sport games like floorball, football, futsal, and I mean there's a lot of options. Or if you just want to run, jogging is completely okay to do. You know, the cities and municipalities make sure that streets are like, how do you say, gritted. They put some sand and grit, you know, it's not slippery and stuff. So in Finland we have a pretty good opportunities for that. Do you play Dota 2? Unfortunately I don't. Patata Campesina says, hi, well hello Patata and welcome to the show. I'm from Czech Republic. Do you know anyone from Czech Republic? I think I had some exchange buddies studying in Tampere when I was back then studying there. YouTube viewer. Okay, that's very fun nickname. Question. I want to send a gift package to a friend in Finland coming from the US. Is there anything I should be concerned avoid when packing items for him? Well, I guess there's nothing. I think you can Google this. I think you should find some good information, but just make sure that if there's anything fragile, you've packed it properly, and there might be some custom related things that I'm not really aware of myself, but just Google. I mean, you should find the answer there. We had fun hangout time in Stockholm with my boyfriend Finnish friends. They teach me how to sing Juodaan viinaa. Juodaan viinaa, tullaan viisaamiksina. Yeah, that's like a really typical. Or like, it's kind of like a famous Finnish song by. Kenenkäs biisi nyt olikaan? Hectori. Oliks Hector? By Hector, I think. Hi Alexa, please give some tips about renting apartments. I'm moving to Tampere next month. Okay, this has been requested quite a few times, and the video is already on my list. Like, I'm planning to do a video about at some point. If you are planning to come here as a student, then things will be much easier because you can apply the student housing, and that's a bit different. Not sure if you're a student or just like a non-student. But I should do some video. It's on my list, but unfortunately I have so many videos on my list, and I just need to figure out which one to do at which point. Okay, now we get some in more details onto Loredana's Finnish guy. We work in the same company, but our relationships was never professional. But he's in a team I don't work with, and I met him at the summer party in Tampere. I don't want to seem desperate or easy to him. I mean, this is unfortunately this kind of. I mean, okay, so what I'm trying to say is that it's kind of sad that nowadays we have to kind of think about these things like, am I too easy or do I feel so desperate? Like, if I was a girl, or if I, like, in general, if there's someone I'm interested in, I mean, the most easy to say like, hey, like, I'd like to also hang out with you outside of work. Maybe we can get a copy of something. What do you think? Just like this. Let's see what else we had here. I would like to get to know him, but he seems interesting. Okay, well, just invite him out. There's nothing desperate or being easy about that. If he rejects you, then I think you should just find another guy. Like, he doesn't seem to be worth you. Hey Alexi, I have a question. Do the Finland has a lot of blonde people? More than other places? Well, okay. I think it's more like a stereotype. Do Finns prefer black-haired or blonde girls, boys? Which is more interesting? It doesn't matter. I mean, this is... I mean, it's not really relevant. Quite interestingly, though, if I look my previous relationship with my previous girlfriends, they've all been brunettes. Or like like dark or red-haired girls. I think it's just coincidence though, because I don't have anything against like blonde girls. Both look fine, but I guess if I would have to choose, I guess I would prefer like a brunettes or red hair. But I mean, it's just like a small preference. It's not really like a decisive thing. I heard the ladies are very interested in dark-haired guys. Over there. Well, I'm kind of like a blonde myself, so I said I'd leave him alone if I disturb him. Related to that, I talk with Finns, and if you share something personal, just personal opinion, they don't answer. Well, what can I say about that? I don't know. Han Solo says hi. Hello, Han Solo. Han Solo himself. That's pretty good. Yusef says hi, Alex. Hello. Terve, terve. Yes, it's a funny song. Best way to learn Finnish. Cool. Oh shit! I think I scrolled too much. Alexi, I'm in a relationship with a Finnish girl for more than a year already. Okay, that sounds great. We haven't met yet, and I will visit her next year. It will be our first meeting. Oh, okay. So you are in a relationship, but you haven't met her. Okay, well that sounds like you met online. First meeting. Any simple tips? Well, just act natural. Don't try to pull any roles. Okay. What I'm just thinking is because I've had Tinder dates before, and I'm just trying to think like what I've done. Yeah, just be confident, be yourself. Don't pull any roles, don't take a role, or that's what I would say. Okay, good luck. Hello everyone. Hello Alexander. Welcome to the show. We are talking about dating. Among other things. I didn't make any personal comments yet. I've learned my lesson already. Plus, I don't know actually that guy that well. Okay. Well, here's your chance. Just tell me, I'll tell him that you like to get to know him better, and just invite him out. Boom. Thank me later. Me again about overnight fishing this way again. Oh, overnight fishing. Cool. As long as you don't literally throw yourself on him or directly ask, hey, yo, do you want to have sex? Question mark, exclamation mark. I think yeah. I mean, I guess that's it's a funny comment, but I think that's true. Like, I think there's nothing wrong about saying like, hey, I think you seem a cool guy, and I'd like to get to know you better. What do you say if we go out for a coffee? Boom. That sounds pretty amazing, right? I would be really flattered if I got this kind of comment from a girl. Okay, Gal Grunfeld says, I went to multiple student social gatherings and some Finns were already in the groups and I tried to join them and engage but didn't get much feedback. Any advice to get Finnish students open? Just move on. I mean, not everyone is willing to chat. And that's just a cruel fact. Like, it happens to me. Like, if I go to some club and I try to talk to some Finns, even as a Finn, they just like maybe chat but like answer my questions, but they don't really get like, nothing just kind of happens, and then I just move on. I just like, hey, it was nice to talk to you. Have a great night. Maybe give a fist bump and boom. I mean, you maybe just had a little bit of bad luck. You just need to kind of keep pushing. I've mentioned this quite a few times because, it's like a number of games of number. We guess so. Numbers game, yeah. Because if you have really bad luck, and you go to like 10 people and everyone rejects you, then you probably just had bad luck. But if you do like 100 approaches, and then you can see like how many actually started to talk to you, then, then you should make those kind of conclusions. But just be interested, just like, hey, like you seem like a bunch of cool people and just wanted to quickly come to say hi. And I think, because in student circles, I think it should be a little bit easier. But yeah, just keep trying. Alexandra Gska says, oh shit man, what is this? Moi, tervetuloa. Periodic reminder for ladies, it's okay for you to ask men out. And I think that's a golden advice, because, we are almost at the 2020. And there are many girls who are always complaining like, I never find like a guy for myself, and it usually comes down to the fact that they never ask guys out. They always just wait that some guys came, and then they just happen to get these like lousy guys, douchebag guys, and nothing happens. By the way, if you haven't smashed the like button for this stream, make sure to do it now, because we need some more fantastic power to steer for this stream. Great. Hi Alex, before visiting your other cities, I thought they were as vibrant as Helsinki. I found Turku and Tampere almost empty. Well, that's welcome to Finland. Like, you know, Finland is a really small country when it comes down to population, around 5.5 million people, and Tampere has like 300,000 people. So there's not really much to you can't really find lots of people in Finland anywhere. Maybe in Helsinki a little bit, but that's about it. I personally have personal preference for dark-haired women. Okay, that's great. What's your favorite time season? Mine is 25 days of 20-degree days with no rain. I live in Newfoundland and I understand your weather pains. I think summer is the best because everything's just better and easier. Around 20 degrees is perfect Celsius. In my country, guys are not as shy in Finland, so I have no idea what Finnish guys would think if you'd hit on them. It seems they wanna be left alone. Well, I mean, this is like a typical thing, even for Finnish girls. Like, the guys don't really make any moves, so people are like, even if they'd be interested, but they just don't kind of have the balls or like the courage to do it, and then nothing really happens. I was in a long-distance relationship with a Finnish girl for 5 months before I met her. We've been married for 5 years, so I did okay. Alright, so maybe Shockmaster should give some advice related to this. Why is the coat of arms lion stabbing itself in the face? Well, you know, it's not stabbing in the face, it's kind of like coming like behind the face, so it kind of looks it's stabbing in the face. That's kind of funny. Funny comment. Either that or get yourself a wingman, wingwoman to help. Well, that's about dating. Like, if you don't play the game, you can't win the game. So basically, if you don't approach, don't go talk to people, nothing will happen. Because usually the life doesn't come to you. You have to go to get the life and create the life that you want. Hi, as an international student in Finland, how to make friends in the first months when you don't know anybody yet? You should definitely join the local tutor groups. I think you have a tutor group, I would assume, if you're studying in a university. Join the events. There's a lot of events where people are socializing. And maybe join one of the hobby circles. A lot of things to do. So I'm starting to ask them out. Haha, well, exactly. I think Tampere totally kicks ass. I'd love to live there. Well, Tampere is pretty good. I lived there 6 years myself, so why not? Hi Alex, you've been here for over a year but haven't got a single date. I'm a good looking guy with a high level job. I don't know what's the problem. I've tried Tinder and OkCupid, no match. Well, that's probably the problem. You're only trying online dating. Have you ever approached I'm not sure if you're into guys or girls, but that's fine. Have you ever tried to approach somewhere else? Because that's the thing. Like, for example, the same thing is for me. Like, I have a Tinder profile, but I don't really I don't have the motivation to upgrade my profile. So if I was to get some dates, I would have to do it during the daytime, or the approaches during the daytime, because I think it's much easier. You get much better impression of the person when you just talking with them face to face, for example in the street or whatever. So that's what I would do if I was to get some dates. Mitä paita sanoo? Okay, so this, what does the shirt say? So this is actually one of the merchandise shirts we created some time ago. So maybe I should get standing so you can see it a little better. There's a party in my personal space and you're invited, and there's this like guy with the holding a beer. So You can actually buy this shirt, and I have some other merchandise like t-shirts and mugs. There's a link in the description. It's like teespring.com. You can buy them worldwide, so if you want to get some of my fantastic merch, you should get them. I've been actually pretty lazy promoting this because I've been thinking about coming up with some new designs, but it's been a little bit on the slow phase recently. There's a party. Yeah. Okay, so that's that's actually what Alex do more wits about Finnish warfare related stuff. Perkele siinä, et koske saatana. Okay, yeah, maybe I should do in the future. Now there is something people are trying to inquire about each other's info identity, I guess. Dear God, untangle your cable. Well, you know, this cable, I don't know, it's always like this, and even if I try to straighten it, it goes like this, but if I release like blah 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 blah, it just becomes like this. So if anyone has like tips how to keep it straight, then let me know. And yeah, quickly reminder again, if you feel that channel is worth supporting, you can consider buying a super chat and activating the Rally English bot. So when you buy the message, you can send your message of your choice, and it will be read by this Rally English bot. Basically, it will be read in English with a Finnish accent. It's pretty funny, and with that you also support the channel, so that you can do it with the $sign below the chat. But if you don't want to do it, that's also fine. But reminding you about the opportunity. Awesome. Alexi, would you say that Finnish students in their bachelors aren't mature? In my little experience with students in Finland, master students in Helsinki are more mature and open. Well, the simple answer for this one is that because master students are simply older, they've had more experience, they've grown up. So answer is yes. Makes absolute sense. Alexia, funny question. I'm from a country that loves to talk and loud. How I will know if she wants me to get quiet and give space? Well, I think she will let you know, because I think Finnish women are a little bit better at saying what they think compared to the Finnish guys. Hello, I asked you a question. Okay, well, just let me know the question, no problem. Because I'm also getting a lot of these comments and questions, so there might be something I might miss. Because there's 52 Fintastics watching this show, that's pretty amazing. By the way, if you haven't smashed the like button, do it now. But if you, for example, get the super chat, it's gonna be like really bright message with fireworks and everything coming, so I will, of course, make sure to read those. Alex, I saw your video on Dating Beyond Borders, very funny, haha, cool. Yeah, it was pretty fun, and there's actually 2 more videos coming, even better ones, in the near future. I'm a guy, and my profile name also says a guy. Why do you still don't think I'm a guy or a girl? Well, because I didn't check your names. Sorry about that. It's almost impossible to approach Finnish girls as a stranger and get accepted. Well, that's just the common stereotype. Like, it's not that difficult as you might think. Because there's, for example, one of my good friends who's from Albania. He found his girlfriend when he approached his girlfriend in a shopping center. Just like during the daytime. And now they've been together for like 2 years. So of course it's possible. But of course it's also it might be challenging and difficult, but you just need to learn it. It's a learnable skill, like how to approach people, how to talk to them, how to be attractive, how to flirt. So of course it's possible. But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, you know? It's weird to hear people don't find it easy to date in Finland, but every time I go swimming, I've been asked out at least 2 times. So I really find Finns open to men in Southern Europe. Okay, well that's, again, okay, there we go. No problem. What are your thoughts on micro delays in permits processing for new students? More than 100 days after interview for me, still no answer. Yeah, I think I saw the article, and of course it's not. It's a little bit. It's a bit. It's not good. It's a bit challenging, of course, because people, the academic year has already been started, and there's still people waiting for, these decisions on the residence permits. Of course, they should try to figure it out how to speed up the process and the waiting times. I'm going to have my online interview soon. Can you advise me about it? What online interview is it? I actually like the quietness in Finland. It's so refreshing from all the noise in Romania, but guys are a bit too quiet at times. Well, if you think about it in a good way, it will activate you to be more active. If you want to get those guys, those sexy Finnish guys, you know what I'm always talking about. Why if some immigrant can speak fluently Finnish language but cannot get fastly employment work? Well, because the language skill on its own doesn't land you the job. Because let's say, for example, I applied for a sales manager job. I speak fluent Finnish, I'm a Finnish, but just speaking Finnish on its own doesn't land me the job. I have to make sure, I have to impress the employer that I'm a good sales guy that will profit them. So that's the idea. If you just speak fluent Finnish, it's not gonna, you can't really rely solely on that to get the job. Hello from Brainerd, Minnesota. Hello, Brock. Welcome to the show. I think you're one of the, because I can recognize your name. You've been on the show quite a few times. When dating, you have to be ready for failure, getting rejected. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Yeah, well, of course. You have no idea how many times I've got rejected in my life when I've been approaching girls. But I've also had successes, you know. And the good thing is that when you learn to get rejected, it's gonna help you tremendously in your life, because then you learn to do things and you kind of learn how to handle the rejection. I've not yet received my social security number. Applied August 26th. Oh, well, that's a long wait. Indeed. How do Finns educate for sisu? Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's not really present. It's just kind of like a kind of word that kind of hangs around, and it's not really actively talked about. Morjesta Venäjältä. No morjesta Ilja, tervetuloa show'n. Haha, those sexy Finnish guys. I have shown some of my colleagues, the guys from your Get a Boyfriend with some from Instant. They were nicely impressed. Great, that's amazing. Hello Alex, I'm a guy, really shy. Would you say going to a bar and alone waiting for a girl to approach is a good idea? No. That's not a good idea, because nothing is going to happen unless you're like a celebrity or like a famous person everyone knows, because you know that's not just how life works. If you want to make something cool happen in your life, was it getting a job or girlfriend, dates, starts a business, you have to do it yourself. So you have to go and get them. So in this case, you can go to the bar and start talking to those girls there. You have to approach them yourself. Because like if I went as a Finnish guy, I think I'm quite okay looking and stuff. But if I went to the bar, just sit there, no one would approach me, unless it's like a very special case. Like I would have to wait forever. So why not just take action and do things yourself? By the way, I keep reading and hearing guys in Finland struggle with self-esteem. Why? That's a good question. I don't know really why. Well, I don't think Finnish guys feel like really confident about themselves. That's a good question. I don't really know why. Why does Kimi Räikkönen's English get worse the more he practices? I think his English is pretty amazing. That's part of his brand, you know. Moi, do you think Oulu is a good place to live in? I think so. Is Joe on the online, like he lives in Oulu, but I think it's a pretty good place. I haven't lived there myself, but I would say it's okay. As someone who's naturally introverted, I definitely advise against that. Best is to work on yourself to be able to create opportunities for yourself. Yes, exactly. Like, you know, because I'm also introverted by nature. Did you know that, guys? But I've learned how to be more socially, you know, like outgoing and, you know, these kind of things. So anyone can learn that. And that's good news. Alex, can Finns survive on tropical country with 33 degrees Celsius weather for 2 months? That's gonna be a struggle, especially for me, like as a Finn. Like for me, that would be quite a struggle. Can we get a part-time job in Jyväskylä easily? Well, you know, these kind of questions are pretty much impossible to answer because it depends on what kind of job you're looking for, what are your skills. But my answer is that anything is possible. But in some places it's just more challenging than others. But it just depends how resourceful you are. Okay, that's I don't want to sound like a preacher, but these are just kind of like fundamental facts in life. Like if you know the book like from Mark Manson, what's this like? Mikä sen kirjan nimi on? Let me just check it quickly. Mark Manson. Let me just check. It's a really good book. I'm actually The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Like you should read. Everyone should read or listen to that book. And there's a really good. One of the good lessons in that book is that whatever you will do in your life, there will always be problems, you know. So if you, for example, start a business, you will have new problems like how can you make money and blah blah blah. And how he kind of condensed or like how he summarized the whole thing with one sentence, like wherever you will go in life, there's 500 tons of shit waiting for you, but you just need to figure out what kind of shit do you want to deal with. And I think it's a very good book, and I think everyone should read it and listen to it. It has some really good insights. And what was the original? We were talking about the part-time job. So the point is that if you are looking for if you really want to get a job, you need to deal with the shit of going through the process of how you actually landing the job. So it would, for example, require to find out if in your area there are actually people looking for this kind of job. Is there any demand? How can you stand out from the other applicants? You know, these kind of questions and problems you might face. And the ones who will approach you are the most pretty shady and weird people. You advise chicks to approach guys, but now you're saying weird ones. I think there's maybe some kind of misunderstanding, because I think the girls who approach are the coolest ones, you know, because it all automatically tells that they are confident, they're pretty cool, they want to make shit happen in their lives. So that's pretty amazing. How glad I asked. Then thanks for your answers. All right, no problem, Thomas. Hope it helps. Best way is not to actively look, just do stuff and see it happens along the way. I met wife playing World of Warcraft. Haha, amazing. What happens if you get a hard on in the sauna? Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's you know, life goes on, and you know, it might be a little bit awkward, but I mean, it's not like a catastrophe. That probably has happened to anyone else before. Lorena Pinilla just joined the Fantastic Squad. Welcome, Lorena. Man, I got scared about that when the sound effect popped up. I like to add that yourself or not need to rely on that to be happy. Okay. Don't wait to be approached all the time. It's a waste of time. Take a shot. What's the worst that can happen? If you don't get the girl, at least you won't hope in vain and who likes you or not. Yes. Exactly. Life goes really fast. Like, it's better to take chances. I think Finnish guys should feel more confident about themselves since they are pretty decent. Well, decency doesn't really equal confidence, unfortunately. But of course, it would be cool if more guys would be confident. Joe the programmer. Okay, we just talked about you, Joe. Like, someone asked if whether Oulu is a good place to live, and I just mentioned that you are one of our Oulu experts, so maybe you have some insights on that. I was talking about man or woman who try to pick up other people at the bar. What's wrong with picking up people? I mean, well, I guess it comes to down, if I'm interpreting this correctly, whether like one night stands is okay or not. And Oil Up just joined the Fantastic Squad. More Fantastics joining, and that's pretty amazing. Okay, well, or another thing might be if there are these pickup artists. Or gamers, players, who are kind of like deceiving people to do stuff. Then, of course, that's a little bit shady. But, I mean, if there's people who want to hit on a guy or a girl and who are kind of maybe getting like a one-night stand or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as two people who met each other and they are completely they are accepting and they have similar expectations and everything is done in mutual consent. That's what I was looking for. Completely fine. And I think in Finland, having this kind of like casual relationship or casual sex is completely fine. I think it's kind of normal. No one really judges about that. I can also recommend video called The Toolbox Fallacy. Makes good points about that life can be applied to dating. Alright, good stuff. Terve Belgiasta, what is the quickest way to destroy... Oh, we have a super chat. Belegold $50 super chat. I definitely... Okay, now we're gonna get the rally English bot in a little bit. It definitely be possible to be introvert who is sociable or good at socializing. Being an introvert... Okay, now let's listen.
It's definitely possible to be an introvert who's sociable or good at socializing. Being an introvert myself, most of my friends are introverts and yet they can be quite funny and exuberant.
Okay, thanks Belle for that super chat. $50, that's amazing. Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, this is a good point, like, is being introvert... Does being introvert equal being unsocial? So I guess if like, for example, if we say Finns are introvert and they never seem to be talking or never seem to approach anyone, but if someone approaches them and then they start to talk, so I mean that's very common situation or scenario in Finland. Being an introvert myself, most of my friends are introverts and yet they can be quite funny. Yeah, so it's not that's a very good point by Bell that introvert is not necessarily a bad thing. Or that introverts are not like funny or like, you know, they don't have any social skills, but it's just maybe the fact that they don't maybe start conversations by themselves and so on. But that's a very good point. Thanks for the $50 super chat. Pretty amazing. Okay, let's scroll up. Let's see. But yeah, pretty good. And how was the rally English bot? I think it was pretty funny. Terve Belgiasta, what is the quickest way to destroy the trust of Finnish people and reverse? I mean, Finnish people are just like any people in the world. destroying the trust. It's just like letting them down, not holding to your promises. And on the other hand, if you just be a good person, you know, you keep your promises and these kind of things, that's, you know, it's like in anywhere in the world, I would say. I listen to social media. Finland is the happiest country in the world. I didn't understand. I think Finnish people are very silent, have not smart characteristics. We talked about this last week. Like, even if you're happy, it doesn't mean that you have to be smiling all the time. You can watch the last week's video where we talk about that. Okay, so it's okay to start talking, but not at the bar. Usually approach to the bar weird because I'm people. Okay, so just to clarify, it's always okay to start talking to people. It's not like it's forbidden by law or anything. So completely fine. And okay, Saika says bars are not general good place to pick up, search for spouse, drive workplaces, hobby circles. Well, okay, so let's just say if I was to look for a spouse, like I'm really looking for a social, like a long-term stuff. Well, I wouldn't go to bar just to find the spouse, but if I was go there to a bar with my friends, and then as I'm having fun with my friends, if I see like a cool-looking girl, why wouldn't I go to talk to her if I had the chance? And maybe if we clicked, everything would click, then it would go on. Actually, 2 of my past girlfriends, I met them in a bar. My Finnish girlfriend and my Japanese girlfriend both were in a bar. And actually, well, this is some interesting story. Like, it was a student party with my Finnish ex-girlfriend back in the days. We were already kind of having fun. We were actually making out, but we didn't end up leaving the place tomorrow. We kind of got each other's numbers, and then we met afterwards. And the thing is that it's not completely uncommon to, for example, hook up in a bar and maybe end up to each other's place and having some sexy time, and then still having and becoming a girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean, I've heard many stories like that. So, I mean, it's if people say that you shouldn't try to go this and this place or do and this to get the boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you're looking, the point is that just be open-minded and be as active as possible. And as long as people are mutually consenting about what's happening, then boom, that's fine. Of course, people might always have the similar expectations and stuff, you know. Okay, a little bit ranting, but that's something I just wanted to let you guys know what I think about this topic. Where were we? Oh, there's a lot of comments. Did you serve in the military? Yes, I did serve in the military. I made a video about this also. I served in Kainu Brigade and I was in the green mortar units. I was like a mortar squad leader. 1 year. Nothing with picking up people as long as they cooperate and you lift with your legs. That's funny. That's funny. I was talking about picking up and hitting up people at the bar. Well, okay. Like, to be really honest, I've also picked up girls in the bar in the past, and I mean, it's okay. It's sometimes it's fun, you know. So I think there's nothing wrong with that, as long as both are like, I don't know how many people will get involved, but you know, the people who are involved are just okay with it. That's fine. That brings me to the next question. What do Finns think about finding a partner at work? Is that frowned upon or considered not professional if you hook up with a colleague? I think it happens all the time. Well, again, not all the time, but often. It's not completely weird that if you say like, if you have like a friends with the benefits from a person you met at your work, and these kind of work romances are also kind of like, okay, I don't think there's any problem. My parents met each other at workplace. Okay, cool. Like nothing at all. And these hookups with your colleagues, like in pikkujoulos, for example, completely normal, happens every year, and you know, you know, these kind of things. But of course, let's say if I was to, if that something like that would happen to me, of course I would have to make sure that it won't bother my work. So someone once said like, don't shit where you eat when it comes to like hooking up or picking up people at your work. So but yeah, I mean, if that's how you want to go, no problem. Is it difficult for long pros to get residence permit in Finland if you are not a EU citizen? Well, that completely depends on the residence permit you're getting. Is it study, work, spouse, whatever? And all the work, the processing times are mentioned in migri.fi, so you can find them there. All right, very interesting questions tonight. Conversation. I used to be an introvert. Was quite a lambus until I was 19. Then I went to college and later worked call center. Goodbye introvert, hello comedian. Oh, great. Okay, good example. Like when I said like when you can actually learn these social skills. So good stuff. Alex, do you follow Finnish YouTubers? Not really. I think I have subscribed to a few of them, but I'm not really actively following them myself. I guess they very will cause problems if it doesn't work out. As long as you behave professionally, fine, it's fine. Yeah, I think I agree with Joe. Bot made me chuckle, yeah. Yeah, thanks Belle again for that super chat. That was amazing. Thanks again. Yeah, I think that's the worry everywhere, but I was wondering if Finns definitely no. No one really cares. Like, Finns don't really care about their other than their own business eventually. Koskenkorva or Finlandia? Well, I think both are fine. I'm not really a booze guy myself. With someone above or below you might cause problems to you, but there would be a conflict or interest of vendings, promotions and other things like, well, I guess, especially if it's like your superior, your boss. Moi Aleksi Filippiinat, any insights about Salla, Finland? I haven't been to Salla myself, can't really say that. Points for remembering my name. Well, your name seems to be the same as your handle here, so it's easy to check, easy to remember. Moro Aleksit on myös. No ei mitään, vielä kerkeä hyvin messiin. So my idea is don't date bosses or people whose boss you are. Make it sure it doesn't affect your work and stay civil and doesn't... Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. Slindi, terve! Slindi has also some good knowledge as a Finn, like he has some good comments and thoughts. Olitko Aproilla taas? Eikö sinä ollut oliko sillä tällä viikolla jo? But with the crazy stories of harassment, crazy feminists and people getting offended out of nothing, you don't really know what's gonna get out of your trouble. Well, of course that's true, but if you always think about like that, like if I do X, what is you gonna think about it? If you always think about that, your life is gonna be very restricted. It's better to, you know, how was the one quote again? Like it's better to say like whoops than asking permission. I think it's a very good kind of like a guideline. Of course, you have to have some common sense when you're making these kind of decisions. But I mean, if you always like think like, oh, should I ask permission or what does this thing about if I do this? Like, your life is gonna be really, well, I wouldn't say boring, but you're limiting yourself. For example, when I published my first YouTube video in 2013. Like my mom was saying, like, don't do it because, you know, your face will be there forever. You can never take it down and stuff. And I'm really glad that I did it because now I have like a growing YouTube channel and also slowly growing YouTube business. So that was really good. Hey Alexi, what are your tips for starting a YouTube channel in Finland? Well, just get started and learn with one video. Learn video by video. Focus on a few things like maybe editing first and then how to make some search engine optimization and thumbnails. and it takes a while. You have to, it's like any skill, you have to do hundreds of videos to get good at it. A bit off the topic, can you suggest me a couple of places, activities to visit in the winter? I've been a couple of times in the summer but never in the winter. I'm going to do a video about this hopefully soon, like winter videos. Lol, I meant the pronunciation, it's Bell, but Bell is fine too. I've just rolled with it. Okay, great. Kauppakadun Apro was last week. I didn't participate. I went to gym instead. Yeah, if Slinde skips Apro, I think some things have really changed. Better ask for apologies than for permission. Yes, I think that's what I think. Thanks for the tips. Long live life in Finland. All right, great. Wow, it's already been 1 hour, has it? 56 minutes. Wow. And make sure you have, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, make sure to do it now because we need some thumbs up love for this stream. Great. Okay, really interesting questions. I hope my answers and other people's answers also have been helping you out understanding Finns and Finnishness and Finnish people. We can take a few more questions before we wrap this up. Actually, it's a legit reason to not to approach women these days because you can tell if they're easily offended feminist. I mean, that's a really worst case scenario. That's never good. That will never happen, I think. Like seriously, if you go to approach a girl or guy, what is the worst thing that happen? Like, you know, most likely they won't say anything and they will just keep continuing with their lives. Doesn't sound really bad because that's what has happened to me, I think. And if you, and especially if you just approach in a proper way, in an attractive way, you know, you're just being like a good person. No one's gonna get offended by that. A slightly off-topic question. I think, well, is the dating the topic with people apologizing for being off-topic? Is there a way to find out where the weekend car races are held? Are we talking about the rally championships or I've seen videos on YouTube about them. They basically race old cars on rally circuits. I don't know. I don't have any information on that. I think like anything nowadays you can find them on Google. If you just know what to search for. Okay, says people are talking about the approaching and stuff. Like, you know, what happened once, I was working in a kind of this fair. I was like on a stand working for my company, and there was like a couple, or like a parents and a daughter. So and they stopped at my place. We talked about it a little bit, and then I asked the parents like, "Hey, like I think your daughter seems like she's beautiful and seems like a good person, and do you mind if I ask her number and invite her a coffee?" The reactions were priceless, really good. The result was that we ended up going out, but it didn't work out back then. But so anything can work out if you just take action. I clearly haven't been up to the date about current events in the world. Well, I know about Me Too, but I've approached quite a bit of in my life, also in the daytime and in the nighttime, and no one never really got offended by that. So, because if you just know how to approach, you seem like a cool person. You know, you just kind of want to be friendly and get to know them. No one's gonna get offended by that. So. At least I've never had any problems. I think he means Jokamiesluokka try go. Oh, okay. Slinde is helping out. Karen says, I think if you approach respectfully and accept no as an answer, I don't think you will have any offense. Yes, exactly. And I if someone says like if I ask them like number and there's like, well, you know, I'm sorry, I just have a boyfriend. Then they said, okay, nothing wrong with that. Well, it was cool to still have a quick chat and have a great day. You know, why would anyone get offended by that? Of course, there might be these like really extreme cases, but I mean, you should just ignore them. I mean, that's the one. Thanks, Slin. Yeah, Slindy knows. Slindy knows. It's good that we have some Finns also backing up these streams because you know, even if I make these videos, there's always something that I don't really know. There's actually a lot of things I don't know. Raja Laabidalla se moikka. No moikka moikka, tervetuloa showhun. Vielä kerkee. As long as you don't approach and cause trouble by saying no means yes and yes means no, will you go out with me? Then you'll be fine. Yeah, I didn't make sense. A little cheesy maybe, but I think as long as you know you're a good guy, then you shouldn't matter too much, especially if someone says... By the way, guys, if we're talking about this approach things, go and watch one of my prank videos where we approach girls in the streets in the daytime with funny pickup lines and see how they let me see, I can link it down. As engineering with engineer pickup lines. Let me try to get it somewhere. Can I edit the description? Let me just try. Yes, I can. I'll put it in the description. Pickup lines. Try to watch this video after this stream, and you can see like how fun it can actually be if you approach people. Let's see. As long as you do. A little cheesy maybe, but I think as you're a good guy, then it shouldn't matter too much, especially if someone you may never see again. Yep, that's right. Joe says, the vast majority of women are good people, but I guess the problem is good approaching the bad one and having to deal with many bad consequences. But that's the thing. If you don't play the game, you can't win. And sometimes you just get bad people. Especially because I'm a sales manager in my civil job, and I'm calling like 50 calls per day, and sometimes I just get these annoying people, and some people are more fun to deal with, and you know, it's the same thing. Unfortunately, you don't know until it's too late. Even if there's a negative response, fall back on your friends and people who know you. Well, you know, and if someone says something negative to you or rejects you, the good thing is that you shouldn't worry about it because you can't really affect it. It's not within your range of influence. So why should you care? Especially if it's just a random person who you will most likely never see again. Do Iranians have good image in Finland? I don't know. There's a lot of Iranians in Tampere. For example, I have a number of good friends from Iran because they studied where I did. I see what you guys mean, but you can't hold back from approaching for men just for that. It's like me saying I won't go out guys because they might... Yeah, I mean, that's the point. That's the point. My point, especially in Finland, if you see someone interested, just go talk to them. You will just make them their day because no one is approaching anytime. No one's doing anything, so... Even if they happen to be taken, they're like, oh, like that's so cool, but I have a boyfriend or girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. This is true, but if you do nothing because you fear this one bad reaction, then you will never meet anyone. Yeah, I mean, and in Finland, as for my personal experience, I've approached like tens or even hundreds of girls, especially when I was studying, and I never had really bad experience. Of course, I'll get rejected, but if someone said something bad to me, I would say like, okay, seems you don't like me, your loss, see you next life, or something like this. Does anyone know any pub quizzes in Helsinki, Vantaa? Probably there are. If you just Google, I think Pubivisa. Pubivisa is the pub quiz. Or if you just type of pub quiz. I think someone mentioned this before. Like there are some pub quizzes in Helsinki area. Also conducted in English. Have you been to Business Forum last week? No, not really. Nothing interesting there. If you know someone you can talk about something you can both interested in, but what can you say to a stranger? That's about small talking skills. Like, okay, if I see some interesting girl, I might just say like, hey, I know this is kind of random, a little bit strange, because I kind of soften it with this. But then I say like, but I just had to come to say like, you have the cutest shoes ever. Like something situational. And just had to come to say hello, and then I just maybe introduce to like, hey, like, so it seems you're on your way to work, or like, what's going on, you know? It's like it comes down to small talk. I have a question. Why on YouTube and Google they always talk about Helsinki? Because Helsinki seems to be the most popular. At least on Tinder you can potentially read something that you can talk about, but in a bar you know nothing about the person. But yeah, you can make a comment on their style or what they're wearing, or if there's a band playing in a bar, you could just say something. I mean, it will continue from there. And this is again something it's a skill that you can develop. For example, when I was back in the university, I took some improvisation classes, and that was the best thing ever. I should start taking those again because it was so fun. And it also helped me in my everyday life because it's easy to come up with some conversational topics even if you run out of things to say. It's really good. Off topic, when your second Finnish course will be available? Okay, good that you brought it out. I think it will be available next week. And if you're on my email list, if you've taken the first course, I will notify you guys next. Of course, I will make a video when the second course will be out. And I'm actually just wrapping up some of like the free bonuses I will be also giving with the course. But hopefully next week, but I will keep you posted. That's a good that you brought it up. Thanks, Lisa, for that. A guy I used to work with had the chat up line that always got a huge laugh. He'd go up to a girl and say, nice shoes, fancy. We actually have that same line in Finnish. And of course, these kind of like nasty lines can work with some people because it's kind of just so ridiculous. It makes them laugh. Even if you're just saying that as just a joke. But it's not really my style to say that, but... Small talk is fine. I'm so afraid of approaching guys because I'm super shy, but if I came to me and be respectful, I'd approach it, the attention and the courage to come to me. Yes, and you have to think about this the same way. Like, if you feel that someone comes to you, could you do the same for them? Like, if I was stopped by a girl in the street and they like me or find me attractive, whatever, I think that would be really cool because I'm most likely just heading out for work or out to work, like doing like this everyday stuff, and boom, if someone kind of like brought me this kind of like spontaneous magic to my life, that would be amazing. Girls like confident guys, even if they're obviously nervous, still talking to us, highly appreciated. Great. Okay, we ended up talking about dating like I kind of predicted in the beginning, but I mean, this is good stuff. I like talking about this topic. In Finland, are there any good airsoft or paintball fields? I think there are, definitely. I haven't been doing that myself, but I know some people who do, so answer is yes. Okay, very good stuff, guys. Thanks for all the comments and questions. I think the time flew really fast. I thought we would, because I hadn't planned anything yet, but I guess because we have so many active Fintastics who always join these streams, and because of your questions, we always get some good stuff on these stuffs. And yeah, to conclude, approach people, approach guys, girls, not only Finnish guys and girls, but anywhere if you are, be open-minded, be bold, and you know, it's better to say whoops than ask permissions. Okay, great. Thanks for guys for this one. The next video will be again on Saturday, and I will be also. My goal is to publish the course next week, like for real. I will be working it so hard and so long, and it's like all the courses and everything, all the lessons are in place. I'm just wrapping up a few, like a bonus, free bonuses on that. But I will be keeping you posted. And go check out the pickup line video. I think I updated in the description, but I will also put it in the comments now, so you can check it out there. It's a very fun video, and thanks for everyone for joining, and I'll see you next time. Good night, hyvää yötä, moi moi.